Alright, we are finally at our last lesson about the pieces. We're going to learn about the king. Now the king, it is very similar to the queen in that it can move in every direction. But unlike the queen, it can only move one space. So if it was here, it can move here, 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 or here. So if you think about it, it has this square around it in the place that it can go. So if an enemy piece gets right next to it, it can try to take it in one of those places. So that's basically how the king moves. Now when it starts, it always starts on the same squares, on E's. So the white will start on E1 and the black is always on E8. And it's right next to the queen. Now, it is protected right now by the pawns that are in front of it. And it's a good idea always to keep your king protected in some way or form. Now, we are not going to play chess today, so we're not going to learn how to play chess yet. We're just learning how the pieces move and the pieces attack. So what we're going to do today is, or next time you come to chess, is we're going to play a game where you try to take all the other pieces. And again, this is not how you play chess yet. We'll get into that in our next lesson, but it is how we're going to do today is take all the pieces. So let's review how the pieces move. And the pawns, again, they start out with going 1 or 2 spaces on the first move, and from there on out, they can only move 1 space. And they attack, and they can attack at an angle. So if a piece, let's say this black pawn, moves moves right here, then you can take that black pawn. And remember, if the black pawn, one of these pawns, move in front across across its attack line, this is en passant, and then this white piece could move here, and then you've captured this piece. And again, that's en passant. Now let's look at the rooks. The rooks were the next piece that we looked at, and the rooks, they move horizontally. If they're in the middle of the board, it can move anywhere left to right, up and down, and it attacks in the same way it moves. So it'll attack this piece or another piece. So that's how the rook moves. Let's look at the knight. The knight, remember, is the one that can jump. It's the only piece that can jump, and it moves at an L. So if it take this piece, it goes up and to the left or up to the right. And from this, if it was at this point, it could do the same thing. It could move here, left 2 to 1, up 2 to the right, or up 2 to the left, there. But it can't move in any of these pieces right here, these places, because there's pieces there, and well, it can move here, but there's pieces here, so you can't move into there. But it'll attack the same way. So if there was an enemy pawn right here, your opponent's pawn was right here, you can move this there and take that pawn. Okay? So that's how the knight moves. The bishops, remember the angle on the bishops show you that it can move it moves at vertical lines or angles. Okay? And if it starts, I put that on the wrong square. If it starts on the white, it'll always be on the white. If it starts on the black, it'll always be on the black. That's how it starts. And let's look at the next was the queen we learned about. The queen can move in any direction all the way across the board, whether it's at angles or up and down, left and right. And it attacks the same way. And it's one of your most powerful pieces. And the last piece we learned about today is the king that moves in one direction all around. So what we're going to do today is use that knowledge. You're going to play with your opponent trying to take all the other pieces. And next time you come, we will learn how to play the game of chess. Good luck.